I'm so excited because we've all talked before, and here we go, talking about this emotional, powerful portrayal. I just talked to your director, I talked to the real-life Tami, we'll get into that in a minute, but as actors, they gave you great thumbs up on everything. But as actors, no, seriously. Well, we're gonna get into that in a second. But as actors, and you approach a role like this, how do you approach a role like this, knowing how emotional it is and that it is true and played out?
I think that actually adds to the emotion. You know, knowing that this event actually, right now I could get emotional about it. It is thinking about Tami and Richard and their story elicits so much natural feeling that I think in a way for us it kind of naturally guided us on the path of becoming these characters and being able to emote certain things.
The one thing I always say, like whilst I'm filming, is that I never fully get into the emotional state, purely because living in the moment, I don't reflect on it or dissect it too much. I just kind of live in the moment, if you know what I mean. And I think as we were going, partly because of where we were filming and partly because of the incredible crew, there was plenty of levity, and so it never felt too heavy. It never felt like we were shooting this incredibly emotional story. But in reflection now, especially like this, now I've had time to kind of
digest
let it all sink in. Of course, it's an incredible true story. When I first read the script, I wasn't familiar with the story prior, and I was spellbound and kind of completely in awe of this woman and this incredible, incredible true story. So it definitely packs a punch, and I think that's what really drew me to it.
Were there times, though, when you were playing these people that really, are real, were there times when you just paused and say, how did they do this? How did they get through this? How did this happen to two people? Were there times when you had that, I guess they're wow or aha type moments?
Like every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, there were it was an incredible experience to make this movie, and it came with some challenges, and anytime any of us, actors, crew, found ourselves maybe complaining a little bit or feeling the effects of exhaustion, one person would pipe up and say, but this really happened. And we get to go back to our beds tonight and we get lunch delivered to us, and they didn't. And I think it immediately grounded the situation, put everything in perspective, and then there was this overwhelming sense of appreciation for the fact that we even get to tell this story.
I mean, because there's, as much as we were a slave to Mother Nature, through this process, a lot, we were also in control of the boat and were able to move it. And I think the truth is, the one thing that we can never compete with is what the real life event was and that journey, because it's just, worlds apart from what we experienced.
Which brings me to what your director said about you both. Very proud, but he also felt bad because I asked about the storm scenes. He says, they were drenched, they were cold.
It was ice cold water.
That's what he said. He goes,
we're in the middle of winter in New Zealand.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you guys talk about the storm scenes. We'll end with that, we'll close with that. Tell me what it was like to film those intense storm scenes.
Well, we had spent 3-4 months, including rehearsals, in Fiji, where it was winter in Fiji, but it's still a tropical island, so it was quite warm. And then we finished the film in Auckland, New Zealand, in the dead winter. And in order to match the sequences that we needed for the storm, we had to be in certain clothes. Most of the time for me it was a tank top and shorts. And we got drenched with ice water, and it had to be that cold, otherwise there would be steam because it wouldn't match the air temperature. And it was bloody cold.
I'll never forget, there was a scene where I was laying on the back of the boat, and I don't even think I was on camera really, and this bucket load of, massive bucket load of water was meant to go over her, but missed her completely and just washed me, I don't know what that word means.
Tons and tons of
water. Hit me so
water.
hard in the face, and I was just sat there going, ah. But, again, we were very, very lucky to be there. So
there were hot water bottles and there was one hot shower head that we would sit here sharing,
I totally forgot about that.
Spraying each other with the hot water
putting
just to try
clothes
and...
yeah.
Well, you two need to be proud because you did a fantastic job. It's a fantastic movie.
Thank you.
I can't do this.
You can do anything you put your mind to. I sailed halfway around the world to find you.
I'm not letting you go.